Hello and welcome. I don't know how I should deliver this message or so that you can understand in the best way possible. But I hope you can follow along here and listen. And this is a lot to cover. And it's not that easy to explain all of this because we all come from different perspectives in this life. We come from different beliefs, but we're all human, and yeah. So where should I begin? You exist. You experience your life. Now, why is that? Why do you exist? Why? How is that even possible, really? What's the meaning of life? What should we do here when we are in these bodies that feels like we need to follow conditions to survive, fit in? We have our desires that we want to accomplish, and it's not always that easy to get what you want. Have the feelings that you long for. But essentially, you exist on planet Earth, right here. And this universe, it came from nothing. How is that possible? This means that nothing is not nothing. Nothing can be something. And I don't know if you believe in God or if you're an atheist or whatever, but since we exist, which is impossible, really. Because when you step outside of time, outside of this universe, how does that even look like? How does that even feel like? What are all of these words? Nothing, everything, God, love, the unconditional, the kingdom of heaven. I am. What is consciousness? But it's truth. It's truth looking out your eyes. Because you are here, you exist, you experience in this present moment. Here and now is what matters. And this is why Eckhart Tolle wrote the book The Power of Now, because now is when everything is. Now is what matters. But we humans, we are some sort of animal, children. uncertain, really. You don't remember your life before you were born, or your experience. It's hard to find God. This planet is a tough place. The third dimension is a tough place. You were born into this world, and conditions seem to apply. You need to learn things from your parents, fit into society, go to school, have activities, take care of your body, have friends. And we're not really sure what is doing this. It's a big question, really. But as I witness humanity and people in general, we are not linked to this truth up here. Most of us. We are conditioned by the collective human shadow. We are conditioned by our life, our experiences. I know I long for something more. I long for freedom. I long for the unconditional. I long for love. But it's not that easy to find that feeling out in the world. We can start here. The truth is that you are love. And I think life is about coming back to this truth, really, which is within yourself, which is your experience. So this created this. Everything here was created by this. Whatever this is, it's hard to put into words. So love is looking through your eyes. This is the experience, really. You are nothing and everything. You are a part of this universe. This universe is not separate from yourself. You are within it. You came from this. But our bodies, since most people don't really live up here, we are on Earth living our lives, not really knowing what to do. So your bodies has beliefs since you were a little child. And when you're born when you go through the veil of forgetfulness, sort of, when you're born you forget everything. You don't really know where you came from, and you don't really know where you're going. But this existence seems to be real. But nothing lasts here. We have a time within this dimension where experiences come and experiences go. And we don't know how to let go. We we try to cling on to things. So your body has beliefs. And how can you be honest with yourself? How can you find honesty within? You need to feel. You need to feel your emotions. Because this is the collective human shadow. This includes Earth as well. And includes you, your aura, everything you carry, everything humanity carries, really. And everything we go through, the human conditions, the slavery for money, survival, all of our beliefs, the programs, everything you've been taught, your past experiences. And when you look at your screen now, you can sort of tell that these are conditions. This doesn't seem like freedom. So this is sort of detached from this up here, even though this created this. So I guess God, love, what's unconditional, it tastes limitations. It forgets itself and will eventually return back to itself. But your life, everything you've been through until this point, has had an effect on you, on your brain, on your body, on your experience, everything we carry. Because it's easy to look outside in the world when you look at news and everything going on, to kind of give the middle finger to God, sort of. How could God create this world? When I'm separate, when I seem to be separate from the things around me. So I believe a big part of the road to come back to truth, what's up here, is to forgive yourself, really, for believing in the lies. And this is difficult. You need to face everything within. Your beliefs, your shadow, what your body carries. So you can get a paper, a blank sheet of paper, and you can write honestly down everything you feel with honesty. And this can be a very, very, very long list, as there is a lot going on in the world and within yourself and your experiences, and falling in love, getting your heart broken, losing trust in existence, in God, in everything. So, and this can look something like this. Why is the world evil, cold, Why does everything seem to be about survival? Where is God? Why am I separate from God? How could something all-loving and eternal throw me into this experience on earth? These are very deep questions, though. And you can do other things like, because within your experience you have your desires, really. And everything you've been taught, things that come from parents in school, your friends, the people you are with, your experiences, what someone has told you in the past, they have pushed beliefs upon you of unworthiness. For example, that you don't feel worthy of love. You don't feel worthy of sex. When you see someone that you want to be with, spend time with, you struggle with courage to go up and talk to them because you believe there's something wrong with you. So we chase self-improvement, we chase money, we chase what's out there in the world. And we're afraid to miss out on experiences because we exist, we love that we are aware. Suddenly you meet someone that you fall deeply in love with, and suddenly life has a meaning. Or someone truly sees you as you are. And these experiences of love in the world, they reflect the truth up here. That's when you fall in love, you sort of remember your true self. So what more can we write down? You are always alone with yourself. And this is difficult to face, really, that nothing is everything, God is one, as you see up here. The witness behind my eyes and your eyes are the same. But since as above becomes so below, God is sort of, it plays with itself for eternity, as nothing is everything. That's why some say that the one is the all and all is one. And then we're scared of death. We fear pain. We don't necessarily know what the truth is. So we try to attach to identities, religions, maybe science, your job. You believe that what you do defines you. So if you're witnessing an experience where you lack money, maybe you don't feel handsome enough. Maybe you don't feel sexy enough, magnetic enough. Just be honest and write whatever is true to you. I struggle to find love that mirrors me, for example. And maybe you got your heart broken, someone left you. And you feel unworthy. And this unworthiness complex of not knowing truth, not knowing what the fuck is going on, really. Why the world seems to be so harsh. It means that you chase worthiness. Your body tries to do everything to become worthy. You try to fix yourself, self-improvement. Try to become stronger, try to... Yeah. But the truth up here says that you're already worthy as you are. Unconditionally. Forever, just because you exist, you are. Your life didn't cost anything. You don't really need to prove yourself, really, because we came from nothing. We are nothing. You exist, and therefore you cannot not exist. So if existence costs nothing, why do you believe the lies here that the Matrix have told you? That you need to earn your existence. You need to earn that job, earn that partner, earn your friends. This has what humanity has been going through for the last couple of 100 years. This shadow right here. This is within the nervous system of everyone, really. We've been through wars. We've been through fighting, competing. So how do we set ourselves free? How do we come back to truth? It's through forgiving yourself. But how do we do that? You write down what you feel honestly. And you feel that feeling. Honesty. You allow yourself to be. You allow yourself to react. Because it's the body that matters. It's the feeling within the body that matters. Sort of like the heart chakra. You want to flow freely. And this means that the body needs to release everything that has been programmed from what's in here. What this told you. What you told yourself. What you believed in. Because all of this has had an effect on your thinking, on your existence. And as within is so without, so what your body believes will be your reality. The reality you experience is a mirror. And no self-improvement, no amount of money will fix this. You will have to learn how to love yourself, so that the world can become more loving. Everything starts from within. And spiritual teachers has always said that the kingdom of heaven is within you. Not somewhere else, here and now, in this moment. So how do we let go? We feel. You feel the desperation. And as you go deeper, you will you need to taste everything. You need to feel everything. And this can be like very dark beliefs that I am in hell. God has sent me to hell. I am trapped within my body that is a slave to conditions. How does this make you feel? I am alone. I am all alone with myself. No one is coming to save me. I am responsible. How does this feel? Ask yourself this. Ask your body this. How do you feel? What does this feel like? And what will usually come up is healing. You will heal. To come back to this. And you let go. And letting go is you cry. You cleanse. Tears cleanses all of this. You scream. You shout at God. You cry again. You understand? And through this darkness of feeling all of this, you forgive yourself for not feeling worthy. And suddenly you feel better. You're not attached to this anymore, whatever this has told you. You land more into this up here, the truth. You understand? And this takes time. You're like, allow yourself to be human also. Allow yourself to cope with life. I'm not perfect either. So you heal. You allow yourself to cry, scream, shout. You ask your body honestly, how do I feel deep within? What does the truth I've written down, what does my beliefs that I've written down, what does it feel like to be all alone, to be in hell, to be separate from God? You're not really separate though. To not get what you want, to fail. And something changes within you. You let go, you cleanse. You forgive yourself. You feel like you don't need to chase anymore. You don't believe that you need to compete to be worthy. You try to let go. You try to become more free again. You try to feel the love that you always were, that you just forgot. But this comes after feeling all of these truths. You allow yourself to relax without needing anyone, without having anything. And as you sort of have collapsed, you feel something else. You feel different in the body. The body doesn't really carry the same weight anymore, because you have forgiven yourself. You have landed more into what's true up here. And from here, life can begin, as life was always supposed to be. Because now you stand there, sort of at the rock bottom, and you feel peace. Without whatever this told you needed to feel peace. Because you remember something more. You land more into here, from feeling what your body carries. And then you suddenly can live life again. You feel light. You are lighter within. You are more loving. You can detach from the world. You understand that I experience this world. I go to the job I hate or whatever. But you know that the observer within you has always been here and will always be here, and that everything is possible. That nothing is actually everything for eternity. Everything is possible. You already have everything. You found peace within a place where it seemed impossible, because you felt what existence feels like. And suddenly you have less fear. You can play with life. You can love, you share existence. You enjoy, you feel at peace. You know the truth. You love that you exist because you are love. You don't necessarily need anything outside of yourself. To love, because you are love. And as you land more into being the love you've always been, you play again. Suddenly you go talk to that girl. Suddenly you have a great time. Suddenly you allow yourself to fall in love. You allow yourself to get your heart broken. You allow the dream that nothing created for eternity to play itself out. Because that's what we're going through. We're going through something that's sort of like a dream, a movie that will be the best possible, because this is what nothing decides to do. To fall into this, believing all of this. To be in this darkness. And then return. Because that's so beautiful. You believed you had to survive. You believed that you had to be a slave. That worth was conditional. But you're worthy just because you exist. And this is so beautiful. It's kind of too beautiful for for existence as it is, but it's true. Really. It's always been true. And you free yourself. You know that you've always been nothing. That none of this doesn't really matter. It was all a part of a play where God plays with itself, as God does for eternity. So yeah, write down the things you fear, honestly. And you're guided. You've always been guided. You are always held by what's up here. Because the universe is you. Everything is you. We're all one. And we're playing. We're creating. We're healing. We're loving. We're this can't really be put into words. It's too beautiful. So I hoped some of this made sense. And you forgive. You forgive all of this because you understand that the people that still are in this matrix, they are just blind to this. And they're hurting, really. They're hurting inside because they still believe that this is the truth. But all of this is false. And suddenly they will also, everyone needs to go through this process of healing their beliefs. And you can detach from what this is. You understand that it's just a part of a play. And maybe it doesn't really feel that way because the dream feels too real, but ultimately everything is God that's playing with itself. So you live your life, you allow yourself to be human, you allow yourself to fail, because you know that God loves you unconditionally. You don't need to pay anything to exist. Existence costs nothing. Why should it cost you anything to live? You are already free, you are already love. And in sort of this darkest work, you say to yourself, I'm afraid, I don't know, I miss something, I don't know what that is. And you fall into this and you go through this collapse, sort of, where the ego sort of fades. And then you wake up from the dream. You understand that everything was always within yourself, because you are love. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You're already complete. You're already at peace. You're already God. You can say to yourself, I am that I am, and that's enough. That has always been enough. So you forgive all of this. You forgive, you understand the purpose it had of the ultimate play. You're not necessarily angry at it, it is as it is, a part of the awakening process for everyone. God deciding to taste limitations, to taste conditions, to taste survival, to taste what it's not really. So you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself. What do I feel deep within? Because your nervous system carries the beliefs, the conditions, the programming. And love is waiting for you to release, to let go, to become free. I'm going to stop this here as of now. I hope you followed along. Know that you are held for eternity. Know that God is you, that everything is here to help you. Because, real love, exist, be yourself, be honest. And this is how I believe we find liberation. Thank you for watching. I love you. Take care.